Peace, family. Vicki Dillard here. Thank you so much for tuning into African Diaspora News Channel. Please make sure you give us a big thumbs up, and share the broadcast. Thank you so very much. Family, we have some world-shaking news. We now have it official that the G20 has officially given the AU, the African Union, the same status as the EU, the European Union. Watch this clip.
It is in the spirit of Together with All that India proposed permanent membership for the African Union in the G20. I am confident that we have a consensus on this proposal. With your concurrence, before we proceed, I would like to invite the chair of the African Union to take his place as a permanent member of the G20.
Don't tell me that our global Black movement towards self-determination, self-empowerment, unity isn't working. Let me tell you something. When your open enemy, the former colonialists who thinks they're still your current colonizers, when the powers that shouldn't be, the former enslavers, continue to mistreat you, it's only your unity and your forward movement that's going to shut them down, and you're going to cause the tectonic plates of the earth to shift in your favor. The powers that shouldn't be are ship shaping. And I'm telling you, there's a changing of the guards and there's a changing of the gods and goddesses. Family, as some of you may recognize, for many, many years, certainly you know that African nations and such bodies like the African Union, which is basically a 55-member bloc, that's currently represented by Chairperson Asomani, has been demanding a global, more of a prominent voice on the global stage, not just in these different blocs and federations and alliances, but most especially on the with the UN, which is considered to be the preeminent global body. It's interesting now that since we've seen this push and we have seen these shifts in Black movement, we're seeing that room is being made for them. I did a piece recently where even the European Union practically begged, if you watch her entire speech to the a recent summit in Africa, the European Union president, the commissioner, she had the nerve to sit there and tell Africa she wants to partner with them now, and she was practically begging y'all. So we're seeing these different organizations make room for an extraordinarily powerful and wealthy continent. How can you say you're a world body, but you don't have the world represented? The original man and the original woman, come on, somebody. But this has everything to do with us. This has everything to do with more and more of the people and its leaders, Black leaders, rising up to say, no, it's a new day. Just a little more background. The African Union was made a permanent member of the G20, comprising the world's richest and most powerful countries. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi said at the Bloc Summit in New Delhi. Of course, you all are very familiar with that as well. Quote, that he said that he was honored to welcome the African Union as a permanent member of the G20 family. This will strengthen the G20 and also strengthen the voice of the global South. As you heard in the clip from this beautiful brother, he made it clear about the different power shifts and about this void that you have there when you don't have Africa. Of course, this is common sense, but let me tell you something. I keep saying this. The powers that be enjoy such privileges and wealth and riches. Do you think for one second, because they know that their time is up, they know for at the very least that this can no longer be just a mere a neo-colonialist infrastructure and setup of government. We're now a multipolar, that's the word I'm looking for, a multipolar body. Talk black to me. Do you think that they're going to give up having such power and wealth? Mm-mm. Some of them going with the fight. They're not going down without a fight. And so I'm letting you know this so that we're prepared, because we're on the side of righteousness. And this is our planet too. And as we're seeing throughout the continent, of course, here in the United States as well, we are not going to accept the fact, for example, as a foundational Black American, that we built America. We're responsible directly and indirectly for every major form of invention, creation that you can think of. And you're not going to give us reparations or justice? No, baby, it's a new day. And the same for my brothers and sisters around the world. No longer will foreigners come into your country and steal and pillage your resources for pennies on the dollar, only to turn around and make an extreme fortune and keep you in poverty? I think not. I'm so proud of us. But this is us that's doing it, and it is just the beginning. My name is Vicki Dillard. I'm also a spiritual teacher, so be sure to check out my products and services in my spiritual school, digital products, in my spiritual school at VickiPlanet.com. That's VICKI Planet.com. The link should be below. I can't wait to see you again.